So off a very strong last season, and I don't know which way you're going on these, but I have a feeling on a couple of them. But the former newspaper guy, he kicked that dead-end job to the career, and he's now a digital and TV star. Let's do J-Max tomorrow's headlines today, his NFL picks. You know, I thought you liked the Bucks. You're never a Falcons guy. Bucks are at Tampa. I thought you liked Baker. What side you on here?
So last year, I watched you plant your flag with the Broncos, and there was one other team you called...
Washington.
Well, that team for me this year is going to be the Atlanta Falcons. The headline for Falcons-Bucks will be, Kyle me crazy, but Pitts might be good. This is finally the year for Kyle Pitts. By the way, his best 2 games last year for Kyle Pitts came against Tampa. He had, in the 2 games, 13 catches, $179, 2 touchdowns. He was outstanding. But, Colin, I don't know how close you paid attention to this. Tristan Wirfs, the great left tackle, he's not playing. He's hurt. He's going to miss some time. And I looked into their backup, a gentleman by the name of Charlie Heck. He's in some trouble. He struggled throughout training camp. And what did Atlanta do this offseason? They upgraded big time on the edge. They drafted the kid Walker from Georgia, who's awesome. They drafted Pierce from Tennessee, and then they went and got Leonard Floyd. They realized they couldn't get to the quarterback. They're all in. They were going to be coming heavy after Baker Mayfield. Colin, there are some numbers that I've talked about with you that show Atlanta, you know, they were unlucky last year. Kirk Cousins led the NFL with 4 interceptions in the final 2 minutes of games. That's unlucky. He's the backup now. Enter Michael Penix, who I like a lot. And, oh, by the way, last year the Bucs won 10 games. Would you believe 4 of them came against backup quarterbacks? They beat Rattler twice.
That's right.
Drew Lock, Aiden O'Connell. Like, come on, man. I think the Bucs are a little overvalued. I like the Falcons here. I mean, getting points at home, how could you pass that up?
And that leads us into the Jets. Tomorrow's headlines today. Steelers at the Jets. New York getting points at home.
Home dog's going to be barking this weekend. The headline for my New York football Jets will be steel curtains drawn tight. Jet streak past old man Aaron's window. So listen, this is just a bet against Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
I'm out on him. Now, I know some of it is sour grapes because he kind of got injured with the Jets and then was quite awful last year. But, Colin, if you look at the tendencies of Aaron Glenn, who's taken over as head coach, as defensive coordinator in Detroit, they blitzed at the second highest rate in the league last year.
And then, by the way, Steelers have a new left tackle.
Yes. The Lions last year were 4th in the league in pressure rate. Aaron Glenn's DNA, we got to get after the quarterback. That's what they're going to do. Rodgers is a statue. He's working with new receivers. I don't love the Pittsburgh blocking scheme. Jalen Warren doesn't really scare me as a running back. And I don't think the receivers are top end. Colin, how does this game, who scores points in this? I would go over under 1.5 touchdowns in Steelers Jets. This is going to be played, it's going to be ugly.
Well, my take has always been when you have like the lowest total on the board and you get a field goal.
I think you got it.
And if you have a competent quarterback, Justin Fields is more than competent. I'll take the point.
I mean, Fields is not, well, let's be real. He's not going to be throwing 30 passes in this game. No way.
Throws 22 and moves, I'm good.
Yeah, that's probably the game plan. So I like the Jets either winning a close one or winning 12-6. I mean, I think the Jets can pull it off.
Tomorrow's headlines today. This game, I knew it. Cardinals at the Saints.
So I'm in a wins pool with some guys from here at Fox, and I drafted not only the Falcons, but this next team, the Arizona Cardinals. The headline for Cardinals Saints will be Kyler of Duty. QB puts up video game numbers. Honestly, would not be shocked if Arizona stunned folks with a 40-burger here. Remember last year in the opener, they went into Buffalo, led for much of that game. I was like, whoa, what's going on here? Did cover the spread. I know you care deeply about that. A couple things to note. The New Orleans Saints just announced Trevor Penning, who was a bit of a busted tackle that kicked him inside to guard. He's out. So the Saints are now starting a backup left guard and a rookie left tackle, the kid Banks. I think this could be a game where Sweat, who just came over from Philly, he's their new edge rusher, he could eat. And Colin, if you ranked all 32 starting quarterbacks this week, who do you think is dead last?
Rattler.
I don't want to be harsh, but he was bad last year. We saw nothing from him, and he beats out their rookie quarterback. So I think Kyler Murray eats. I don't think the Saints can keep up. It's going to be a beatdown. So I'm on the Cardinals here every which way.
When you look at the Cardinals' offensive personnel, do they have dudes?
They got, how about this? Look, their skill position players are better than the Niners. I'm sorry. And the Niners have McCaffrey and Kittle. I mean, you're looking at Harrison, McBride, James Conner. Those are really top end.
And Kyler.
And Kyler is making plays. Yeah, I like Arizona a lot.
Now it gets ugly. Tomorrow's headlines today: the banged up, old, brittle Niners at the young and vibrant Seahawks.
So, by the way, you're on to, remember when I bashed your Seattle take? Because you had them winning the division like a month ago. And I was like, that's crazy. But you start to dig into their defense. They're really good. And McDonald knows his stuff. He's excellent. So I think they're going to be frisky. However, in week 1, I got to ride with my guy. The headline for Niners Seahawks will be, I love it when a Shanna plan comes together. Niners still the A team. I know you watched the A team back in the day.
Yes, of course I did.
Just me and my
Pity
brother.
the fool.
Yeah. Oh, Mr. T. Well done.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy, as I said earlier, 3-0 at Lumen Field. Shanahan has won 6 of 7 from the Seahawks. Kind of owns them. Colin, listen, I'm not a huge Darnold guy. Remember, like, he was really good last year. They won 14 games.
Yeah.
He had Kevin O'Connell, who you believe is an elite coach, and Justin Jefferson, who's the best or second best receiver in the league. He goes to Seattle, and he's got like Jackson Smith-Njigba. I like him, but that's a big drop-off from Justin Jefferson. Robert Saleh, he knows defense. He's going to be motivated after that disaster with my Jets. I'm just praying McCaffrey plays. I'll just leave it at that, and I think the Niners get
I've said this. I like a lot about the Niners, but I feel like Bosa gets dinged up, Christian gets dinged up, Trent gets dinged up. That's my thing. Two things are true. I like the Niners. They got some old guys, and they are very dependent on like left tackle, star back, Kittle. Fred Warner gets dinged up. So whoa. Yeah. Like, I mean, that defense is Warner and Bosa.
So Seattle has a new offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak. They got a new quarterback in Sam Darnold. A lot of newness on that team, new wide receiving group. I don't know that it gels immediately. Give me the Niners.
Finally, tomorrow's headlines today. Lambeau. I live by Lambeau now. Lions at the Packers. Stones throw away.
From Delzin. You and Micah Parsons are going to be hanging out soon. So Packers Lions, we've talked about it all week. We both like the same side here. The headline for Packers Lions will be Love Island. Green Bay enters golden years. I'm bullish on the Packers. Look at that. A Heart Football, Love Island. Our graphics team is strong. I'm on the Packers here. I'm just down a little bit on the Detroit Lions. Yeah. And everything about the Packers looks great. It sounds like Micah's going to play probably on a pitch count. Maybe he gets 30 snaps. But I don't know how much they need him.